We're talking so much about the U.S. and China, and one of the issues that comes up frequently is the issue of cybersecurity. And you've actually just started, you've been working very hard on this, the Cyberspace Solarium Commission. What would it do, and how would it impact companies like Huawei?
Well, the underlying purpose, and this is a commission that was created by the National Defense Act last year, the underlying purpose is to define and develop a national strategy and doctrine on cyber, which we don't have. We've got the authority scattered throughout the government. There's no clear definition of what a cyber attack is, what the response ought to be. And right now, we're a cheap date. We're subject to cyber attacks. Very little, if any, response. There's no deterrent, in other words. So this is a commission that was set up, as I say, under law, with 4 members of Congress, I think 4 or 5 members of the executive branch, and then private sector. Very high-powered group. We've met, I think, now 3 times. We're sort of in the early stages. But the idea is to try to move us toward a government-wide doctrine that will help protect us, because this is the #1 threat.
Yeah.
This is it. The next Pearl Harbor will likely be cyber.
And so what I find interesting, though, is that as so many over the past decade in particular, there's this apprehensiveness in the private sector for headline risk, for shareholders in particular, when there is a hack or a data breach, for example, that if you report it, you're held negatively accountable. So how do you strike that balance, both domestically but also geopolitically, again, with companies like Huawei?
Well, I wish I could give you a clear and definitive answer, but that's one of the complications about this. This isn't just defending, military bases. It's defending Sony Pictures or Anthem, Blue Cross, or the financial sector, electrical sector. So developing a relationship between the federal government and the private sector is part of our challenge. That's why we have private sector people. One of our leading members on the commission is a guy named Tom Fanning, who's the CEO of the Southern Company, a utility company in the South, very forward-looking on these issues. And this is most of the cyber attacks come on the private sector. I've talked to one company CEO whose company gets attacked 3 million times a day. Wow. And I've talked to small banks that are getting attacked 100,000 times a day. So this is not just a government problem.